Okay, today we're sitting with Greg Kalaitzidis. Did I get that right, Greg?
Yes, sir.
All right. Greg is the owner of Spotless Mobile Powerwash based out of the Raleigh, Durham area. And you service Raleigh, Durham, Cary, Apex, Morrisville.
Yes.
You know, those are your biggies, I assume. Maybe Walkway, maybe, yeah. Okay. So, Greg is in the business of doing exterior home cleaning, and really just wanted to kind of have a conversation with him and get an understanding of why you got into the business. So Greg, if you don't mind, why don't you just kind of introduce yourself and what your company does, the services that you perform. And then after that, then we'll go into some questions that I've written up that I think that the listeners or the viewers might want to hear. So
Okay.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, and go from there.
All right. My name is Greg Kalaitzidis. I am the owner of Spotless Mobile Powerwash. I've been in the business since 2011. And
what is that? 11 years?
Yeah, it's about a little over 11 years. And we perform exterior cleaning. We wash homes. We clean gutters. We install gutter guards. And we're actually adding a solar panel cleaning this year. We have a new state-of-the-art machine with all new equipment. One new system that I do have is an air system, which air and pressure are two different things. The air system is mainly used for cleaning roofs because it does not have a lot of pressure. It only has about 100 psi. So it won't damage anything on the roof or on your house. It won't bust any seals or around your windows. It won't do any damage to your vinyl siding. And that's about it for that.
Okay. Well, solar, that to me sounds exciting because solar panels, just through the nature of what they are, they lose 5% per year of just natural solar. I don't know what the numbers are.
They're supposed. Technically, they say that you're supposed to get them cleaned twice a year, but it all depends on the area that you live in, with shade and birds and all different kinds of things. So.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting. I want to see this. Is this on the truck now?
No, the machine's.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
it's on the way.
And so Greg and I talked about how we're going to do a view of the new rig that's currently on the truck, and then after he finishes it out, he's going to bring it by, and we'll do like a part 2 and really go through the rig from end to end, because what he has on this truck, nobody else in town has. I've not seen this any other home cleaning truck. Now maybe I live underneath a conch shell, but it is really impressive to see. It's definitely not Joe Handyman or Sally Handy Lady with a power washer trying to wash houses. He's got a professional setup out there. So, as far as the, I know you kind of touched on a couple things there. So the services you perform, let me kind of repeat them back. So power, pressure wash, and soft wash, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, roof mildew, algae cleaning.
Yes.
Right. And by the way, I went through your website last night, page per page, and just copied down everything I could see for this interview. Okay. Driveway, porch, and brick stains and cleaning.
Yes.
Deck cleaning if it's not, people need it. Gutter cleaning, and I was going to ask you, does that include flushing downspouts?
Yes.
Especially underground downspouts that go out to the curb. that kind of things?
It doesn't include the downspouts that go underneath, but we do clear the downspout that comes down from the top of the house all the way down to that tube.
Okay.
If it's underground, then that's different.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And we can talk more about that when we get up there. And then you also do, I saw, gutter guard installation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And do you keep that on the truck? I mean, if somebody just wants like a 10-foot section done because they're under.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We do have some
in
stock. Yes.
And then this new service, which it wasn't on the website yet, the solar cleaning, I think.
Solar and roof cleaning.
Solar and roof. So you're kind of adding those together. To me, that seems like that's gonna be huge, because I just look around this neighborhood and there's solar going up in so many places. For me, with the trees in the backyard, the math didn't work out for us. But, for a lot of these houses out here, it does. And so, we've opted away from it, at least for now, until the panels get more efficient. But that's a story for another day. Why should a customer use your service over the number of other, like Nextdoor and social media, Facebook, people that are advertising themselves as exterior house cleaners because, they own a power washer?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What makes you special?
Okay. All right. Well, what makes our company special is that we have many years of experience, number one, and number two, it all depends on the house. Let's say somebody is washing your house that doesn't know what they're doing, and they put too much pressure on your house, and your house has oxidation on it from the sun. What that pressure is going to do is going to remove that oxidation, and once the house dries, it's going to look like it got damaged, and you're going to see lines and all kinds of stuff.
That's actually a worry of mine here with 15-year-old Hardy board.
That's why we use the soft wash method.
Okay.
We don't use any pressure. What I currently use now is called the X-Jet system, which if you don't know what you're doing, you can put pressure on the house, but if you are experienced and you know what you're doing, you will not damage the house.
Why should a customer not just go out and buy their own pressure washer? And then maybe the answer is exactly the same.
Yes.
Right?
Well, that's one of the reasons why they shouldn't do it themselves, because they will remove that oxidation, because if they don't use the right chemical and the right soap and they're just using water and pressure, then that's what will damage the siding.
Yeah.
The Hardy board is actually a little harder to clean because you have to be extra careful not to put pressure on there, especially if there's oxidation on there. And I will show you later on what oxidation is on the house, and different ways of how it can be removed, or it could just stay there and just have it cleaned with a soft wash.
Okay.
It's not only damaging the house. The people that are inexperienced and they have their own pressure washer, they can just buy regular detergent from the store and use it. But what we do is we use concentrated bleach, but we dilute it. So when we do spray it, it doesn't kill your plants. But what we normally do is we pre-soak all the plants around the house before we apply the chemical to the house. So that way, by the time the chemical hits the house and it comes down, it'll dilute itself even more.
What are you down to, about 5 or 10% bleach?
Our bleach is actually 12.5%,
okay.
But we only use about 2.5 to 3%. Unless the house is a little more dirty, then we can bump it up another point. But normally, I don't like to make the bleach really strong. I rather apply a second round on the house just to be on the safe side of not killing any plants.
So how frequently should someone have the exterior of their house cleaned, whether it be the siding or the roofing or the driveway?
Okay. Normally, I tell customers that they should get their home washed every 2 years, but there are some homes where there's a lot of trees and a lot of bushes and stuff like that, where they may need to be cleaned, every year. But for the most part, I recommend getting your home washed every 2 years.
And that shady side of the house,
It's always
that
the
one's always green.
yeah,
seems
it's
like.
always the north side of the house that has the most damage because there's no sun on that side. But the south side is where the sun hits the
Sun
most,
hits it.
and that's where you will see the most oxidation on the house, especially if it's siding or planky board or hardy board or whatever type of siding.
Does a person need you to go visit their house to get an accurate price quote for them?
Most of the time, if they just want a regular house wash and they don't want their driveway done, they don't want their gutters cleaned, we clean the inside of gutters and we also clean the outside of the gutters. We clean the oxidation that's on the outside. There's little tiger stripe lines that we spray a separate chemical on, and then we clean it off with a brush.
I would imagine that you have to put eyes on them though sometimes, especially if they're like in that situation you described where they're maybe in the woods and they haven't had it cleaned in 3 years, and man, just everything needs cleaned.
Yes.
Right? And they say, oh, just come clean the house, and you get there and it's like, oh my, you're not doing yourself a service by us just cleaning the house. If you want it to look good, you need the roof done, you need you need it all. What does being insured and bonded, as you advertise on your website, really mean to a customer?
What that means is we are fully insured just in case anything ever happens. Let's say, one of my employees fall or, a window gets busted out for some reason or...
So you got work comp on them, right?
Yes, we got workman's comp and we have general liability.
So if they blow a window out or something?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so they get hurt? Yeah. So if they get hurt, that's work comp.
Yeah. And
yeah.
then
Okay.
if there's any damage to the home, then that's when the insurance would take over.
Gotcha.
But,
All right. And I'm
thank God
guessing
so far I haven't had to use my insurance for 11 years.
that's outstanding. And I know from my experiences working as a general contractor and hiring some of these handymen to do odd jobs, around the contract site, that if they fall off their stilts when they're putting up drywall on a ceiling or they fall off your roof, they own you.
Exactly.
Because they
So
don't.
you need, yes.
Unless you have your own work comp policy, that covers them, which is not cheap,
Yeah.
right? I mean, and I've even had some of my subcontractors say, like there's a new guy on his site working for him that day, and he'll look at me and go, he's just a work comp waiting to happen. That's why he's here. He's here to get hurt.
Yeah.
He wants to get hurt. That's why he's on the site.
Yeah.
So this, I can't emphasize enough to your customers how important being, having the insured and bonded is
That
to
is very,
their
very
financial
important.
security. Yeah. All right. And what do you provide? Do you provide like proof of certification that you have valid
Yes,
insurance?
if upon
If-
request, we can provide the COI, certificate of insurance. All I have to do is just make a phone call and the insurance company will email it right over
And
or text.
I recommend that everybody do that personally. I know it's probably kind of a
Yeah.
inconvenience for you, but I do recommend that everybody do that because there are people that say that they're insured and bonded and they're not, or they show you a paper that's 3 years old and you go, oh thanks, and you don't even really pay attention to it. So what kind of warranty or guarantee do you provide your customers after a job?
Well, we guarantee We guarantee it 100%. If anything, anything that they don't like, or, after we rinse, many times after we rinse, if the home is really dirty, there's these little holes underneath the siding, and there could be dirt underneath. So once we rinse and we leave, some dirt can come down from there, and
out of the soffit or just underneath the siding?
Underneath the shingle, underneath the side,
okay.
the vinyl siding.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
And if that does occur, we go back and we'll clean it again. So anything, even with when we install gutter guards or we clean gutters, if there's any problems with it within a certain time, we will go back and ensure that everything is
okay. For the job site today that we're on here, what do you have planned in terms of the services that the customers agreed to, and what is your normal plan of attack? What's your project plan for how you get from A to Z? If you've got these 7 different services, and I'm from what I'm understanding, the homeowner is actually thinking about adding some additional services to this list beyond what you originally had talked about. So,
okay, what we normally do is when we get to the customer's house, what I normally do is I take a walk around and check everything out, make sure there's no damages around the house, or to see what kind of plants they have, if they have vegetation, if they have vegetables we normally cover. We normally cover. And then we run our hoses all the way around the house, and then we start from one corner and work our way out to the front of the house.
Okay.
And then we finish it from there.
All right. So are you on ladders when you're shooting up, or do you just have enough pressure, or what?
We normally do not use ladders unless there's an area where we have to use the ladder to get to it, but we normally don't need to use a ladder. Our equipment shoots up about 3-4 stories high. And
I think this particular house has an exit from an upstairs window onto platform where you can get up onto the roof, and so it might not even need a ladder to get up there and do stuff. So for a job this size, and I know that this is gonna be a really hard question, and it's okay to give me a range that's $500 from one end to the other. Okay. But for a job this size, a 3,000 square foot house, it's 15 years old, probably was cleaned right before they sold it in 2018, 2019. Okay. I can tell it was, because there are some spray marks where they used too much power washer on the hardy board. But what can someone expect to pay? All things included, because you got your insurance, you got your workman's comp, you have to build into that, right? You have that amazing rig out there, which I know was not cheap to put together, and with your years of experience, I'm assuming you're not the cheapest guy on the block, right? But you still have to be competitive with guys that are in your same, playing in the major leagues like you are.
Yes.
So I mean, what can it vary from a simple just, hey, spray my house down and wash it, to we want the full works?
Okay. Well, right now what we're normally charging is 10 to 12 cents per square foot, depending on how dirty the house is. It could vary. But we also, in the 10 to 12 cents, we normally include like a small rear concrete patio, or like a screened-in porch, and also the front walkway entrance.
Okay.
And normally, I also include gutter brightening, which is the oxidation on the outside of the gutters.
Yeah.
Normally, we clean just the first floor ones, because those are the more they're
Sure.
more visual. The ones that are really high up, normally
Can't see.
they don't really need to be cleaned, but the ones in the front of the house, definitely.
So the brightening, is that just like a wax you're applying to them, or?
We apply a separate chemical and we clean it all off with a brush, or else it won't come off.
So you're scrubbing them.
Not really. We don't really have to scrub, but we definitely have to use a soft brush just to get that film off.
Okay. Let's see. And finally, if someone wants to learn more, hire you, learn more about your company, get in touch with you, how do they do it?
Most people usually call, or
What's your number? 919?
210-3802. No, most people normally call or text or just send me an email.
But it was a pleasure getting to know you a little bit, and now I'm excited to go outside and watch this in action, do a little filming. So
Awesome.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go do it. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Okay, Greg, tell me what you just told me, because I think this is super important before we go outside. So tell me about these, what you call the $99 guys.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of new guys out there that are washing homes for $99. There's advertisements everywhere. Those are the ones that you need to be aware of, because most of them do not have insurance and they do not have the experience that I have or others have. I have been behind the $99 guys many times because of damages that they have put on customers' homes. I would go back and I would fix the problems that they had, especially oxidation. Oxidation is one of the biggest problems on a home.
And you got to paint it, right? I mean, you're basically, when you're done,
well,
or blend it in with more power.
Well, it's a different process of cleaning oxidation, and it's
Right,
a
you
lot
mentioned
more
that earlier.
expensive. So if your house does have oxidation and you irritate that oxidation, you're going to see it even more. If you leave the oxidation alone and just clean the organics that are around it, then you won't have any problems.
Okay. So bottom line, stay away from the $99 guys.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, let's head outside. That's cool. How many gallons of non-potable you keep on there?
We normally keep about 200 gallons of water.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a transfer pump right here. We're going to be transferring chemical into this tank through this transfer pump. A hose hooks up here and it goes into a 55-gallon drum chemical, and you just hit the button here and then it will put it in.
So it's automatically pulling your chemical.
Yeah.
Is it doing the mix in with like the non?
No, it just puts in the chemical
Just
there,
puts
so
in
we
the
don't have
chemical.
to,
Okay.
put it in manually.
Okay.
It just-
Oh, I see. It just pumps it into there,
It pumps it into there.
and
yes.
then it just. Is there a mixer in there or anything, or just the regular shaking and driving down the road?
The mixer is actually right here. This is.
Oh, it sprays it in. Yeah.
This is actually called a proportioner system here. This is actually a pump. This is where the water comes in. This is where our chemical comes in, our bleach, or we call it sodium hydroxide. That goes here, and this is our soap, which is surfactant. And these are the tanks that we have here. There's the water tank, that's the bleach tank, and that right there is our surfactant tank, soap.
Okay.
This is what you call the air system. It works with pure air. It will not damage anything on the house. It's like spraying a garden hose.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So there's no high pressure.
There's no high pressure here at all. It's only 100 psi.
Honda, my favorite of all small gas engines.
Yes.
How many horsepower is that?
This one is I I'm not
It's
sure.
probably 16. I
It's
guess.
about 5 horsepower.
Oh, 5 horsepower. Okay,
Yeah,
so
this is a 5 horsepower.
that's you shouldn't need a 16. I don't know what I was thinking.
Want to walk around?
Yeah, let's walk around the other side and see what we got.
So what we have here is 300 feet of soft wash hose. These are actually electric reels.
Let me go that.
For our convenience. This is actually a pressure hose for pressure washing. And this is actually our water hose where we fill our tank up with.
Oh, okay. All right. So now, do you fill at home, or do you fill off a hydrant? How do you?
No, we fill at the customer's home.
Okay.
Every job that we go to, we hook it up to the customer's home.
Hey, that's the way I would do it.
Yeah, because if not, then I would have to.
You're spending money.
I fill up water on every job that I do.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So here we have is a Honda GX690. This is an 8-gallon per minute pressure washing machine. We use this normally to do driveways, walkways, anything that has to do with concrete or brick.
Okay, so it's a higher pressure
Yes,
machine.
this is actually a pressure washer.
Okay.
This is high pressure, but you can use this to wash homes. You just have to have the experience on how to use the pressure and what kind of tips to use.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
you can use this to wash a home.
I see. So
But normally we
electric start.
yes, everything's electric start.
Now-
Besides the besides.
And so this is a common fuel system that feeds
that's
everything.
The fuel tank.
Yeah.
This feeds both pieces of equipment here.
All right. Now, so this unit looks. I mean, it looks like it came from the factory.
This whole trailer was custom made.
Really?
I have designed it all. Yes.
So did you work with the factory to custom make it, or did you make it?
I just had the guys weld all this this ladder rack on here for me, and I had them just set up all the equipment, and I
think you could.
I did all the plumbing. I had a friend of mine do all the electrical work, and we put it all together ourselves, basically.
I think you got a side business in building rigs like this, man.
It's a one of a kind rig.
That's incredible.
There's others out here that do have them, but they're not as nice as this one.
Yeah. So where's the solar system gonna mount on the solar cleaning system?
I'm thinking of mounting the solar system somewhere over here. I may have to move.
Right.
But I'm hoping to put it here because it's a 15 by 15, so I may have to move this just a little bit over. But I'm thinking of putting it right here.
Now, I'm assuming that's a air low pressure system.
Yes, it's going to be a low pressure system. It's going to work just like air.
Okay.
It's a filtration system, so when we're washing, let's say a roof, or we're washing the solar panels, it's purified water. So once it hits it and we brush, it's going to be clean and spotless.
It's going to run off like
one
of those rinseless car washes where they mix the wax
and then,
right in.
When we're doing roof washes, like you can see on this home here, it has black and mold all around it.
Yeah.
What we do on that, we just spray the chemical and we leave it, and once it rains, whatever is left on there will come down. The less pressure we put on the roof, the better it is.
Well, that was kind of I think one of the questions I missed was, how do you keep from damaging 15-year-old tar shingles?
Yes.
Asphalt shingles, I'm sorry.
That's when we use the soft wash system. That system is actually designed for roofs, mainly, and solar panel cleaning.
Okay, all right. So it's going to be the same system,
Yes.
but right.
The solar panel and window cleaning system that we're going to put here is is going to be used for solar panels and cleaning outside of windows. You have to know what you're doing. That's the most important thing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna cause a lot of damages. And I have a very good reputation on Nextdoor, Google My Business, Yelp. You can look me up and you can check out all the recommendations I have.
All right, what do you got in your hand there?
This is a gutter tool. This is what we use to clean out gutters. We have a bucket and we have the tool. We normally clean them out by hand. If they're not as full, we can blow them. But normally, if there's a lot in there, we use a bucket and we use the tool, so we don't have to keep moving and keep
Oh, that's
going.
nice. That's nice. Yeah, it looks like he's getting quite a bit of.
Oh no, that's inside of the gutter.
Oh, that's yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, they have been cleaned in two and a half years. So.
This is Michael, by the way.
Oh, Michael, John, nice to meet you. I used to have an ex-fireman that did them for me, and he just quit showing up one day. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he caught COVID. Is it pretty bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if those are bad, I bet the ones on the side of the gable.
It's the same.
Yeah, they're gonna be full too. Yeah, water would just pour over.
And we normally have a ground guy, so when there's somebody up on the roof and cleaning the gutters, there's always a ground guy watching and making sure that everything is going accordingly and safely. That's the most important thing, is safety first.
I just wouldn't use somebody that's not bonded insured anymore. It's not worth it. I'm too close to retirement to, lose my retirement.
Exactly.
I like that leather. I like that big wide top on it.
Yeah, the top is designed so we don't damage any gutters. The two handles.
Oh,
that you see on the top
okay.
of the gutter, those
Yeah,
are
it's
there
not
so
pressing against it.
It
Yeah.
doesn't press against the gutter.
Oh, I wish I would have had floodlights. I would have had you put one in that corner while you were here.
Yeah, we can do that for you.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna get the machine started, and then we're gonna pre-soak all the bushes, and then we'll start applying the chemical.
So what are we doing now?
All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-soak all the flowers and stuff, and then we're gonna start applying the chemical to the house.
Oh, that's cool. I think it's got some power. So it's the same chemical? Oh, you switch.
This right here is adjustable.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can see that.
No, my question was, is this the same chemical you put on the plants?
No, we
oh.
just put water on the plant.
Oh, okay. And then you turned on.
And then we turned
Then
on.
you turned on your unit. I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
And
All
then
right.
normally we always start from the bottom and work our way up.
It is definitely more noticeably whiter, or noticeably, I would call it cleaner. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks real nice. Thank you for doing that light, man. Yeah, those windows were filthy. I don't think they ever been cleaned.
I think we may need to make it a little stronger. It's starting to come out. You start seeing it. You start seeing the bleach doing its job up on top. You see how it's starting to turn color?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, on the soffit there, or
on the soffit.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that the top soffit without the vents in it really looks nice.
Yeah.
The vents have more of a, I don't know, a spotted look to them. I don't know. Maybe the way probably because that, you know what, that was filled with pine straw.
Yeah.
And it was bleeding over, and that's what was staining that. Yeah. Yep.
How nice it is now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, taking it off. Yeah.
See how it's starting to come out? Okay. Now what we're gonna do is what I told you about the gutter zap.
Yeah.
So this is a chemical that we spray on, and watch the magic.
Mm-hmm. In the ladder. Oh, I see. Spray it on, then brush. Give it a little wipe. Oh wow. So what do you call this service? Just gutter
Brightening.
Gutter brightening.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, that makes a huge difference. Yeah, that looks great. Those things looked awful before.
Once that's done, we'll give it a quick. looks like it's brand new now.
It does, looks great. Now, have you rinsed this? No, you haven't rinsed this over here yet.
We're
Yeah.
gonna go back down and start rinsing.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to look.
You see that little piece right there on the gutter? That's oxidation. Remember how black it was up there? The trim? It was pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nasty. And the white around the frames and those windows looked awful. Okay, this is before the treatment of the brick on the front of the house. I'm assuming you'll do the, well, I don't know, do you do these too?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now this paint is getting a little bit weak on here.
We're not gonna touch the.
So yeah, I might not want to blow that. You're dirty, man.
Yeah, I just did a big commercial building.
Yeah, you're dirty. So you can see all the mold and all the this like mildew that's on there. And now Greg's gonna pre-treat it, and now we'll do a quick look at the walkway, which is burning my feet because it's 100 degrees out here right now. And I should have put shoes on. And did you do a little test spot over there the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. So here's the walkway. The driveway and the walkway up to the house, which will basically look new, I believe, after we're done here, because you can see over here that he did a little sample spot to see how it looked, and looks really good. Is that Michael? Michael today? Hey, Michael. Yeah, I need to clean some. Some grass and stuff out of those cracks. But So that's the before and the or at least the before on the stairs. Did you Nam couldn't tell. Did you do the upstairs the did you do this part the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she thought you did. I was like, I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah. Yeah, because it looks great.
There were so many cobwebs up.
Okay, so here's the picture of all the mold since we moved in. One of the problems that we have is that this downspout here drains right onto the sidewalk. I probably should have had it routed underneath, and I did the others, but it's just the way it is. And so what happens is we end up with a lot of, like water and mold growth that happens up here. So I'm also going to take a picture of the roof. Since he's going to do the roof, let me see if I can stand back far enough to get a full picture. So as you can tell, like looking at that lower so you can see, looking at that porch roof, how dark and black it is. And the same if you go up to the upper roof. It's got a lot of black on it. Well, how it should look is more like this little gable. I guess that's called a gable. There. It should look more like that, a lighter color. But as you can see, I mean, when I point the camera between the two, one's black and one looks like a beautiful roof. So they're going to use a chemical on there today that's going to take all that black off and make it look more like it's supposed to, which is more like that right now. Hey, Greg, would you mind being able to go down that a little bit?
Yeah, we're going to go up to the line.
To- Fridge drain, and it drains all the way down, and it creates. We also get this water that runs. You can see how it runs down from the front yard. So, if you don't mind,
Yeah, sure.
thanks. Thumbs up. Now, how long do you have to let that soak?
5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
We're going to start over there.
And then the roof with the.
The roof, we're going to have to do next time because the pump is not working.
Okay. All right.
We're going to just do the front right
Okay.
here. This bottom piece, the top piece.
All right. So we'll do that as part of part 2.
Yeah.
After you get
It's gonna
the.
be probably a minute before.
You said like 3 or 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. We'll do that as part of part 2. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Amazing. It's like it sands it off, you know? mean, just look at the difference. Wow. Looks like a new driveway. Old. New.
So here's what the driveway looks like after Greg finished it, and it looks fantastic. Like I said, I have some grass I need to clean out between the cracks, but he also did the street part. Starting, you can see where it gets lighter there. It goes down all the way to the drain down there. But just look at that. I mean, it looks like a brand new driveway. He also did the walkway up to the house, and so you can see how new that looks as well. No mold, no mildew. It's all just looks like a brand new sidewalk. And then he also did the stairs up to the house, which looked brand new. Did a fantastic job on those as well. And then he previously had done the porch floor, and it looks really good as well. So With the equipment that he uses, I mean, he's not just power washing. He basically used the equivalent of a floor sander, concrete sander on this driveway, and it just looks brand new. So very impressed with it. We'll take a quick look around the house at some of the work he did there. So as you can see, this side of the house, this is the north side of the house. This is where we had all of the mildew and mold and dirt, and it's just perfectly clean right now. It's the combination of the bleach that he uses combined with Hush, it's me. Combined with the what do you call it, surfactant, so the cleaner that he uses. He did the back side of the house as well, covered up all the plants. They are in great shape, everything looks good. He covered up the gardens. You can see the bees still buzzing around, and the garden is just producing fantastically this year. He does he cleaned all the way to the top, and he also did the what he calls the gutter, I think he calls it gutter shining or something like that. So he is going to come back and finish cleaning out that gutter, as well as that gutter, and probably that one up there, and then put on a gutter guard on both these when he does the roof, so we don't have any more issues with pine straw falling from our gigantic pine trees in the backyard. As you can look at our yard and see all of the pine straw. And then he also did this side of the house as well, and it looks really good, just fantastic. So highly recommend Greg and his company, which is called, what are they called, Mobile Power Wash, or Spotless Mobile Power Wash. That's what it is. And they just do a great job. They're not some company that just comes in, with a power washer and a $99 job, and you think you're going to get a great job. These are the guys that are actually professionals. They might be a little bit more expensive than the $99 guys, but you're going to get a job well done. Now this house it's 15 years old, so it has on it, you can see my fingers there, oxidation, right? And if you clean that oxidation off, as it was explained to me, like with a power washer, you're going to see lines wherever your power washer, the edge of your power washer hits. And you're either going to have to repaint it at that point, or you're going to have a professional come in afterwards who actually knows how to power wash and smooth all of that out. I see a lot of my neighbors who have their houses power washed and then painted, and they really don't need to be honest with you. They can just have it power washed, and if they hire the right person that knows how to do what they call soft clean, you don't have to have it painted. This is called hardy board. It's made from, you can hear it's made from concrete, like got a concrete fiberglass coating. It's not like what's the other one called? There's another one that's called something board that is basically, I would call it cardboard, and it swells up and it's constantly a problem. But this is solid. This is like having brick, equivalent to have brick. You hear nothing in this house when you're in there, absolutely nothing, because this hardy board is so good. It's what they used in 2007 when this neighborhood was originally built. Now they use vinyl siding. As you can see, this house here was built a little bit later than ours, but I mean, vinyl siding is a great product. It just doesn't have the insulation properties and the sound isolation properties that hardy board has. But most of the houses built in this part of the neighborhood are of the hardy board variety. So very pleased with the work that's been done. The house looks great. I'm actually surprised at how great it looks. So there you go. That's your after picture. Bye. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor by liking and subscribing to this channel. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the show.